Hello, my YouTube family. We are going to cash stuff our cash envelopes. We're going to stuff our cash envelopes. There we go. And pull out money for our savings challenges and see what we have for our sinking funds. So this is for July Paycheck 2. And we are going to be stuffing 200. The actual was 236. So gas stays the same, all these stay the same. The emergency fund is getting $10, so that stays the same. The sinking funds, we have Christmas is at that. Car insurance is only going to get 5. Medical is getting 1. Vacation is getting 10. P.O. Box is getting 1. No, P.O. Box is getting 2. Self-care is getting $1. SSI and subscriptions are going to get $2. Okay. So, not too many changes. Just mostly into the sinking funds down here. And then we have our, did I put it on that? No. Okay, we'll put it down here. Our savings challenges. Our savings challenges is going to get $88 for our 100 envelope. Well, it's for our 100 envelope challenge. So, but those are all the changes we have. So not too bad. I mean, we did come in a little bit over, the 150. Not as much as I thought, but we still have some money that hasn't cleared yet. So that will probably be on next week's when we do next week's cash stuffing. So we're working with the 236. I'm going to put this off to the side. And we're going to do our cash envelopes. First thing we're going to do is we're going to pull out our money for our sinking funds. So we need $28 for our sinking funds. So we got 20, 25, 26, 27, 28. We should have counted it first. But we'll just put that off to the side for the moment. It's 28 there. So we have 50, 70, 90, 110, 130, 150, 170, 180, 190, 195, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 208 plus 28 is $236. So we are correct with that. Okay, this $28 is going, I'm going to put that off to the side because we need that for our sinking funds. It's not a lot going into our sinking funds, but it's something. All right, so now we counted our money. Let's lay our money out. Hopefully it doesn't fly away because I have the fan on because it is very hot down here. And trying to stay cool because the temperatures have been well into the 90s, and with the heat index and the humidity has been over 100. So, okay, there we go. We're going to start with our cash envelopes first. We have gas. Gas always gets $50, so I put that in there. $50 there. Personal care is getting $10. So we will put a $10 bill in there. Household is getting $10. Now I don't roll this money over. Right now I don't. I used to in the past, but I don't roll this money over in here what I don't use. Because I put it towards whatever savings challenges that we're doing along with the 100 envelope challenge. So once I'm done with the savings challenges, or if I don't start any new ones, then I'll roll this money over. Right now I take it out every week. Husband is getting 20. And I'm getting 20. So we have $20 that goes in there. So our cash envelopes are done. So we have to take out $88 for our savings challenges. So we have 20, 40, 60, 80, 5, 86, 87, 88. Okay. 20, 40, 60, 85, 86, 87, 88. That goes towards our savings challenges. And we should have $10 left here. That's going to go back into our emergency fund. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I forgot to bring the paper over when I do my cash stuff in for my sinking funds. We finally got the cameras. It cost more than what we thought it was going to cost. So we figured that each of us would have to spend anywhere from like $500 to $1,000, because I split it with my son, because we own the house together. When we got a quote from the person and everything, they told us that it was going to be over $3,000. So they said they had a 0% financing for 5 years. That because you buy the equipment and then you pay it off like monthly, along with your monthly payment of how much it would cost to monitor the inside and the outside of the home. So it was a little more than what we expected. So here I'm figuring the most would be like $1,000, and it ended up being, for each of us, my son and myself, it ended up being $1,650 each. So it was $650 more than what we figured on, but the price for it is not bad. It's going to cost us about $100 a month. That's with the equipment, the price of the equipment, and to monitor the home itself. Once that monitor equipment is paid off, because you're buying your equipment and they're giving you 5 years to pay it off at 0% financing, they said it just drops down to whatever the amount is to cover for monitoring the home. So, which they said that would be about, they said it would be like $44 and some change per month after we pay off the equipment. So me and my husband talked about it, and my son and daughter-in-law, and I told him, I said, because we can't make that decision ourselves, because they also own the home too, so it has to be a joint decision. And I asked him, I said, what do you want to do? I said, do you want to do that? I said, do you want to look around? I said, and try to find somebody a little bit cheaper? I says, or what? And they just decided, no, they said, just go with this. That's the cheapest that they found, and it was the cheapest I found. So we have to tighten our belts a little bit more. There is a possibility our trip in October might be on hold until sometime next year. I didn't cancel anything yet. We're waiting to see, probably next month, and we're waiting to see if something, if we can do it or not. If not, then we will have to reschedule our trip for some time, like in March or April of next year. But right now, the most important thing is getting the cameras in and getting it monitored, the outside and all that and everything, because now I had my niece and nephew over, and they came over yesterday, and we're hearing a dog barking. Now, they came over to visit, and they come over to see the kittens and stuff, and we're hearing a dog barking, and my husband and my nephew went running outside because they heard the dog barking outside, and they were trying to get to the mother cat. There was 2 big dogs that were out there that were trying to get to the mother cat of the kittens. And she was just like running, she was scared. And my niece went out there, and she's trying to coax the mother cat, to calm down, because she's worked with kittens and stuff before. And she was scared. She would not move. She was just like running all over the place, because these dogs had her like really, really scared. So I'm like, and then our neighbor across the street, he come running out and started yelling, because the you know, the dogs went running into his yard, and he's got cats over in his house too. So it was like a big mess last night, and it was like, oh my God, you know what, you know, we have to do something to try to keep these kittens safe and the mother cat safe, because we don't know who these dogs belong to. All we know is they came. We have a little wooded area across the street that's by a retention pond, and we don't know if these dogs came from the next block over, or if they're living in the woods, if they're like wild dogs. We have no idea. We have no idea if they even belong to anybody. But, you know, my husband's at the point where he says, you know, we got to do something. He said, because he says, we can't have, he says, these dogs coming up and trying to get at the kittens. So, you know, my nephew and my son was out there. They finally got the dogs, you know, away from the mother cat and everything. And my niece, you know, she's out there with them, and she's making sure, because we had a couple of kittens that came in the house, but there was still some that were outside, so she was checking to make sure the kittens and everything were okay. And I mean, it was a big mess last night, and I'm like, I said, we don't know who these dogs belong to. And I'm like, you know, I said, we got to figure out something. And then my nephew says, he says, call animal control. He said, they come around again. He says, call animal control. He said, and tell them, you know, you have feral kittens that you're trying to take care of. You have, you know, a few cats you're trying to take care of. And these dogs are trying to get to them, and you don't know who these dogs belong to. He said, they'll come and pick up the dogs. He said, if they can catch them. So that's what we're going to do if they happen to come around again, and try to get at the kittens, because our neighbor don't want the dogs on his property, because he's got about 4 kittens in his house, and now we got the kittens that are outside, but they're close to the house, and the mother cat, plus there's a couple of other cats that are out there. So, you know, we can't let these 2 dogs keep running around, because eventually they're going to get a hold of one of those kittens. But anyways, that was our excitement that we had yesterday. This was on Saturday. I'm filming this on a Sunday, so. But I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a like. If you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. I would love to have you as part of the YouTube family. If you go out, please stay safe, and always remember to believe in yourself. I love you all. Take care, everyone. Bye.